In this video, we're going to really address the idea of tricky words, those words that don't really follow a phonics pattern or a phonetic pattern. And we're going to use a little activity called say it, make it, write it. So that's what I'm going to ask you to do today. Do you think you can do it, Aaron?
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you to say it or read it, make it, write it. And it's a bit like the whole look, cover, write, check idea, but it's just getting that practical aspect in to really think about those letters and to really get it into their minds, because unfortunately these words, they do have to just memorise them because they don't follow that phonetic pattern. Okay, Aaron, so first word on our board, all I'm using is a little chopping board actually out of IKEA. It's a great resource and some cheap magnetic letters. And you can rub this out and write whatever you want on it as many times as you like, and it's a good size as well to work with. Okay, so what does this say?
Saw.
Saw. Okay, do you think you can make saw with your magnetic letters? What do you need first?
An S.
An S, okay.
A.
W. Can you find a W? Good boy. What does this say?
Saw. Saw.
Now, do you think you can write it? So he has read it, he has made it, and now I'm going to ask him to actually write it. So he's seen it in lots of different forms as well, which is really good for memory. Great. Now, this time, I'm going to make it a little bit more trickier. I'm going to ask you to, I'm going to take this away. And I'm going to take this away. And I'm going to ask you to write it again. So now I'm starting to rely on that memory. Do you think you can write it again? And unfortunately, these tricky words do need a little bit of repetition. Can you write it again? Yeah. Saw. Okay, this time I'm not going to give him anything. I'm going to actually ask him to try and write it again on his own completely. Can you remember?
Yeah.
I might do it down here where it's dry. Excellent, good boy, and we'll come back to that. As I say, this does involve repetition, so do keep revisiting the same words and keep going through the same process. Are you ready to try another one? Yeah. Okay, right, let's see. Can I borrow your pen? Now this is a really tricky one because this one doesn't really look like what it says. Sure it doesn't. Well, you don't know because I haven't told you it yet. Are you ready? For this next tricky one. This has got 4 letters.
What?
Good boy, well done. Do you think you could make it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Me W.
Oh yes, you've got a W there. Oh good, well done.
A.
Yes.
Now I need E. That's a 9. E.
Good.
And T.
Good.
T.
Good job, well done. So what have you made?
What?
Excuse me. And what are you going to do now? What's the last part? You read it, you make it, then you
write it.
Good job. Good. Lovely. Now, are you ready?
Yeah.
I'm going to take this time. Oh, I'm going to take this one away. And this one away. Do you think you can write it again?
Yes.
I wrote it down here where it's nice and dry. So again, just mixing it up a little bit, remove different ones so that they're really getting the sense of trying it and having a go. But this will take practice and it will take repetition, but it is a 30-second to 1 minute activity that can be done any time in the day. So it is a really good one for just if you want a short burst of something. Okay, lovely. Now the hard part. Do you think I can take them all the way and you can have a go? What do you think?
Yeah.
Right, up here, because this bit's nice and dry. Well done, good job. And here's an even harder challenge. Do you think you could do saw again? Without any letters or any help? Do you think you could do it below? Excellent. Well done, Aaron. Very, very good. Will we try one last one?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, you ready for this last one? Okay, let's have... Oh, this is a really tricky one because it's a very sneaky one. It doesn't sound anything like it looks. The sounds don't work if you try to sound them out. But it's a very important word because we need it lots of times. Yeah. Okay.
That was my tricky word in P1.
Was that your tricky word in P1?
Yeah.
And did you know it? And sometimes we still spell it incorrectly, don't we?
And sometimes I said it was Y.
Because that's how it sounds, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've read it. What's the next job?
Make it.
Okay, can you make it?
W. Do you have any W's?
Well, I think you put it back in, didn't you? So again, and it's also getting that letter recognition as well and using those letter names and those letter sounds. W, good.
That's actually right.
Looks a bit like an A, doesn't it?
Yeah. 4 score. A. S.
And I wouldn't tend to do any more than 3 or 4 in one session because you don't want to overload them. And the whole idea of this is short, sharp bursts, practice and repetition. That's the best way to address this and doing it in different forms. And this is only just one of the very many forms that are out there for practicing this. Like, can you find an S or do you need some help?
S.
Oh, good. All right, so we've got was.
Was.
Right, your turn. Okay, now I'm going to do it really hard this time. Excellent. And the idea is keep revisiting those words as well. Do you think you can remember saw? It's all about repetition. Okay, and the last one, this is the hard one because it's got 4 letters. Do you think you can remember how to do what again? Excellent. And my intention would be to use maybe these 3 or maybe 4 tricky words as maybe your 4 or 5 tricky words of the week, or choose out particular ones that your child's struggling on and just use methods like this for actually keeping on practicing those, because as you know they will need to use these words and they'll need to recognise them as sight words in books because the phonics isn't really going to help them. So do keep practicing and keep repeating the process over and over, but do mix it up. Don't always just rely on the one method. This is one of a lot out there. So do try and have a little go at trying different methods for mixing it up and really getting them to think about those different letters within those words.